It's Rich from Billetspin. The day has finally arrived. The teasing, the tormenting is over with. We finally get to unveil the evolution. Wow, what an amazing turnout we have already. Listen, thank you so much, each and every one of you that's here. I know some of my international friends, this is the middle of the night for you. It just means a lot to me to have all of you guys here. So thanks again. We're going to get right into it. I know you guys got things to do. This is going to be, there's a lot to cover. It's going to be a longer video. I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can, but there's just a lot to cover since this is a new style of design. Let's talk a little bit about how this is going to go today. We're going to go over the top. We're going to go over the combos. We're going to go over the maintenance of the top. And then we're going to do question and answer. So save those questions. I would love to see some comments throughout the video. But so let's save the questions for the question and answer time. That'll just allow the video to flow a little smoother. And after the question and answer time, we are going to do the giveaway. Somebody today is going to win a Billetspin Evolution. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here you go, the Billetspin Evolution. Now you're looking at it and you're saying, is it different? It looks like a normal top. Well, ponder that while I talk to you about the sales. Basically, this top is going to go up for sale on March 2nd, this Friday at noon central, www.billetspin.com. We have 6 standards, 11 exotics, and 2 stemless. And this is going to be a 2-week sale. It's a pre-order sale, which means that the only thing that's made so far are the prototypes, and you guys are going to order whatever you want, and I'm going to make those. I'm going to make whatever you guys order. Now, here's the only bad part for you. It's unlimited for the standards throughout the 2-week duration, but exotics are limited because I only have so much material, and once they've sold out, they're gone. You're not going to get another opportunity to get them. So just know that everything is going up for sale on Friday, and 2-week unlimited on the standards, but the exotics are limited. So we also have the stemless. There's going to be 1 standard combination of the stemless and this exact exotic combo. So, and price-wise, the standard started at $150. All right, let's get right into it. It's called the Evolution. Why is it called that? Well, you could say that this is the next step in the evolution of Billetspin spinning tops. It's definitely something different. I'm not telling you that all designs from here on out are going to utilize this style of assembly or this style of design, but we're definitely going to be using it in the future because it has so much potential. What's different about it? Well, there you have it. Free spinning inner disc, and that disc is riding on a stainless steel shielded bearing. I love how you can see the dimples as that thing winds down, as that beautiful black Timascus from Alpha Knife Supply winds down. You can see those dimples in the body of the top. So cool. And that's what makes it what it is. That spinning disc, the free spinning inner disc. Now, I know you got some questions. We're going to cover all that. First off, let's talk about as I was designing this top, it has a very interesting origin, and we're going to talk about the origin of this top and how it came to be in a later video. But once I made the original prototype, which was just a very boring version of this, I carried this top in my pocket, not this exact one, but the prototype, for a couple days. And what I found myself doing is just fidgeting with it, just spinning the disc back and forth. And at that point, you know, it even was happening subconsciously. I would catch myself doing it. It was such a cool deal. And so at that point I realized I'm going to call this thing Billetspin's first ever fidget top because of how much fidgeting I personally did with it. And I hope you guys will enjoy that aspect of it as well. Okay, so that's why we called it Billetspin's first ever fidget top. Now, this thing is massive, all right? It's 1.5 inches. It's just under 1.5 inches. Same exact size as what the Aperture was. And that was a huge top. That's old school, 2015, vintage. And so yeah, it's big, man. It's absolutely huge. We're going to go through a full tour of it. I'll give you a size comparison a little later on. But yeah, it's huge. Now, why did we do that? Well, I wanted to give you enough of a distance between the edge of the stem and the rim of the inner disc here where you could actually get your thumb or finger in there and just flip this thing. Now, along those lines, you can see we have a stemless. And, you know, this design more so than any top I've made previously just needed to be done in a stemless, just purely for the fidget factor. You know, you can carry it in your pocket because it doesn't have the stem, and you know, you can just flick that disc easier because it doesn't have the stem protruding. And so that's why we made the stemless on this one. Now, the things that's unique to this top is that there's 4 different ways to spin it. Some of you are very, very proficient at spinning, and others struggle to hit some of the times that you see posted in the group or on some of the social media sites. And this top is going to give you a way to cheat where you can get max times quite simply. Okay, so let's get right into it. We have 4 methods of spinning. Now, anytime, horrible, never easy when I got a big camera in my way. Anytime I talk about spin times, I always have the caveat that these are my spin times, and I'm pretty good at spinning. There are guys who definitely spin longer than me, but I'm pretty good at spinning. Don't expect the times that I'm getting, okay? If you're new to tops especially. Now, that's the first part. The second part is, because this thing is so massive, we're using a lot of different materials, all the way from titanium to tungsten. Yes, tungsten. And so our top weights vary from 40 grams for the titanium all the way to 98 grams, over twice as heavy for the tungsten variety, okay, the tungsten variation. And so your spin times are going to vary drastically depending on which combo you choose, all right? So if you're really into spin times and you want to get the most out of the spin time, you're going to want to go with the heavier tops. And when we get into the combos, I'm going to show you what each one of these weighs. Now, for the spin times that I'm going to talk about, I used a middle-of-the-road top as far as weight goes. And this stainless steel, the middle-of-the-road tops are 55 to 65 grams, and the stainless steel is a little over 60. So it's a perfect top to talk about spin times with because it's definitely kind of the average here, all right? So spinning at method number 1, just like a normal spin, I personally got 10 minutes. Now, kind of the elephant in the room here is that we're all thinking the same thing. Like, doesn't that inner disc just suck the spin, the inertia right out of the spin as that thing gets going? And that's what I thought. And that's one of the reasons why I did so much milling on it, milling out these pockets, because I wanted to reduce the weight so that it didn't kill the inertia of the body of the top and keep the spin times long. Well, it definitely succeeded because a 10-minute time far exceeded my expectations for this top spinning it normally. That's method number 1. Now, method number 2 is you get it spinning, the inner disc is now spinning, stop the body, the inner disc is still spinning, and now just spin it. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. And now just spin it again. I apologize for the bad spinning. It is so difficult with the camera right in my way. Anyways, that's method number 2. So the inner disc was already spinning, and now we spun it again. We stopped the body and spun it again, and now you don't have the drag to get the inner disc spinning because it was already rotating. So that makes sense to you. And I've been seeing anywhere from 15 to 45 seconds longer. So 10 minutes and 15 seconds to 10 minutes and 45 seconds in the all stainless steel variety, okay? So that's the first 2 methods. Now it's going to get interesting. Let's go back in time a little bit. Over the last 2 years, I have had so many people message me saying, Rich, please make a gyroscope. I would love it for you to make a gyroscope. And more recently, people asked me to make the fidget spinner. Well, I don't see either of those really happening, but this is the perfect compromise. Now, we already talked about the fidget factor of the evolution, all right? Hard with gloves on. Let's get into the gyroscope part of it, all right? Here's what you want to do. Get yourself a little can of keyboard cleaner. It's a can of compressed air. Hold this sucker up. Let her wind up and just set it straight down. It acts as a gyroscope. Now you can, if you listen, hear that? That's the ball accelerating, all right? That's the ball accelerating as it gets going. So the inertia is actually working in your favor using method number 3. And that inner disc draws the body of the top into rotating. And guess what? You actually get 11 minutes. I'm getting 11 minutes on the all stainless by spinning it that way. So that means for those of you that aren't the greatest spinners or just struggle with getting the times that other people do, you can actually just use a can of compressed air and get massive times with this thing. Now, it's great. If you have people over, and you've always wanted to show people how long these precision tops can spin for, here's a great method to do it. It takes no skill. You just wind that sucker up and set it down. You're good to go. That's the 3rd method. Now, the 4th method, start this thing over. You're going to get it going again with the air. And now, you're actually going to spin it. Now look at how slow it's moving. I'm going to tell you, that top is cranking right now. I mean, it is cranking. It's really cool. You can hear the ball accelerating. The inner disc is accelerating. Now they've kind of caught up to one another. But it takes about 5 to 10 seconds for the body of the top to accelerate up. So the inner disc is kind of decelerating. The body of the top is accelerating. And now it's gotten to an RPM faster than any of the previous methods. And that's going to produce a 12 minutes. I'm getting about 12 minutes on average spin time on the all stainless. So that's 2 minutes longer than just spinning it normally. Now, there's other ways you can play with it, and like I said, that's going to vary from top to top. It's going to depend on the spin base. It's going to depend on the canic compressed air you have. There's a lot of variations that are going to happen. So just use those as kind of guidelines, baselines for spin times. If you're not getting those with spinning them by hand, just keep working at it. You'll get it. So that's kind of the tour of the top. Now, one thing I want to show you as well. If you look at these, okay, you're looking at the standard and you see that the standard has the 3 dimples here, but that the exotics don't. Well, that's because on the exotics, it has its own pattern built into the material. And just extra milling like that would take away from the beauty of the exotics. This is a spirograph Damascus, and this is the black Damascus, okay? Now, these vary from exotic to exotic. Some of them have the dimples. Some of them, there's actually one of them that doesn't have any milling whatsoever. It's just a solid disc because of the awesome pattern that's built into the Damascus. I didn't want to take away from that by milling it. And it's so light that it really didn't need the pockets taken out of there anyway. So you're going to see some variation, but all of the standards have the 3 dots. Now, you've heard all the positives so far of this design. There is a negative, and I like to be completely upfront with everybody. I want your expectations to be right on, so when you get this top, you're not disappointed in any way, shape, or form. Here's the only drawback. Because of the bearing in there, this disc has a tiny little bit of play, and that play moves the discs up and down like this, just a tiny bit. I would say, maybe 5 thousandths, but it's enough to throw the top out of balance just a smidge towards the end of the spin. And so you're gonna see potentially a tiny bit more flutter. And when I say tiny, you guys know I'm pretty conservative on those. It's a tiny bit more flutter than what you would normally see on a billet spin top. So just know that going into buying one of these things, that you're going to see just a little bit more flutter than what you normally do. I just want to be upfront with you on that. So anyways, there it is. Now let's get into a full tour of this top. All right. And we're going to use this one because this one fits the theme so well. And the theme is a tire and a rim. I think you can see that. You got the Zerk outer. There's a size comparison. You can see it's massive. Compared to a little Navigator, which is still a big top, 1.5 inches, it's huge. All right. So there they are compared to a Matrix and a Pandora and a Navigator. All right. Now, let's get right into the design elements of this thing, all right? Tire and a rim. That's kind of where this design went. As I started, that's kind of the direction that it kept pulling me, and so I just went with it. Why fight it? So at the top, you can see we hollowed it out a little bit, about 3/4 of the way down the grip, just purely for cosmetic. On the side, we have a milled grip. This is not knurled, it's milled. It gives you a little cleaner look than a form knurl. I just enjoy milling. And then down we have a big dimple, little dimple pattern. And I've used that pattern before, and I will continue to because I think it just looks awesome. All right. Now, flip it on its side here. You can see, I love this. You can turn in the body of the top, but yet the inner disc doesn't move. I think that's so cool. Anyways, so we've got a small dimple to large dimple, going from smaller radius out to the outside of the inner disc there, and then right here, this surface where the tire would be, this is actually cupped like this, okay? Because that's what a tire would be, right? It's not perfectly flat. There's a little bit of cup there. Now, down inside of the track, you can see. Now, I want you to look at this, all right? Check this out. Pretty cool. Down, I'm looking at the dimples down through the pockets there. Check this out. Peekaboo. If you're taking a still photo of this, because there's 6 slots and 12 dimples in the bottom, you can rotate it and really change the look of this. Isn't that cool? I love that. They just line up perfectly. So anyways, once we get to the side, we try to generate what look like a tire tread. You can see the diamonds are 90 degrees apart from the diamonds pattern that's on the grip there. And then you can see we have 2 grooves, and we have directional hash marks that stick out. And that just kind of goes with the tread theme. It's a rotational thing. Purely cosmetics for you clockwise spinners. If you spin counterclockwise, it's just purely cosmetic. Won't affect your spin times at all. On the bottom, we have this one. All the bottoms are going to be a little bit different in how we machined them. The shape is going to be the same, but the coloring, obviously, the different materials is going to be different. So we have a double angle leading up to the 1/8" tungsten carbide ball, double angle here, and that ties in, and it's kind of like a rim, again, with the tire up here, and that ties in with the double angle that exits off the grip, double angle here, and a double angle as it approaches the inner disc. Now, one other thing I want to show you. On this side, I have the cup on this side too, okay? So that surface is radius like this, right here. And what that does is it strengthens the riding edge. I call that the riding edge when it's stopped, okay? So it won't damage as much as a sharp edge top. It's got a radius here, but it's also got a big radius here that almost matches perfectly the resting edge, okay? And that just strengthens it so it won't get damaged as easy. So there you have it, the evolution. Now, you give me a second here. We're going to prep. We're going to go through all of the combos, and you're going to get to see each combo, the 6 standards. Let's show you these 6 standards, 11 exotics, and 2 stemless. We're going to go through the weights, the materials used, and the pricing. And yeah, so far so good. Stay tuned. All right, let's get right into these combos. This is your first standard. We start from the outside and we work our way in as far as materials. So we got stainless outer, copper inner disc, and a stainless stem. So stainless, copper, stainless. And get a weight on this guy for you. 64 grams. Next we have a copper, stainless copper. Now this one is different than any other standard in the fact that it has a Scotch-Brite finish outer in the bottom face there. It's a brushed finish, Scotch-Brite, whatever you want to call it. This one's going to be the heaviest of all of the standard combinations. Copper, stainless copper, weighing in at 69 grams, and once again, all of these standards are going to be $150. Bronze, copper, bronze. And that one weighs in at 62 grams. Here we've got my favorite of all the standards. This is the all stainless, which you've seen already. And the all stainless weighs in at 62 grams. Then we have a stainless bronze stainless. Very cool. This would probably be my second favorite. All right, that one weighs in at 62 grams. And lastly, we have our tri-metal for the standards, a stainless copper bronze. And this one, the bottom is different. You can see how that bronze stem comes out the bottom there. Gives it a really cool look. Got some little fingerprints on there. Sorry about that. Still do. And this one is 63 grams. So there's all 6 of your standards. The moment you've been waiting for. Now we're going to get into the exotics. And the first exotic and the second exotic have the biggest dichotomy as far as weights go. This is the lightest. This is titanium, Zirc titanium. And it's a flame titanium anodized finish. You can see that beautiful bluish purple that we're shooting for. Flaming colors will vary, of course, but that's the colors we're shooting for. You got that Zirc inner disc, and then that beautiful flame titanium stem. And this guy is going to weigh in at 39, 38, right around in there. And that one is $270. Now our second exotic is my favorite. This is tungsten aluminum. And yeah, I'm not a big tungsten fan normally, but it just goes so well with it. Now here's what I will tell you. The drawback is, if you want the longest spinner, this is going to be it. The drawback is this aluminum inner disc is so light that even when you get it going, it doesn't spin very long, okay? Because it's just so crazy light. So this top is going to function more like a standard top. It's not going to have much of a gyroscopic effect because the disc is so light compared to the huge tungsten body. Normally, tungsten we have a lot of wobble issues with because the tungsten is solid on the bottom. It won't have nearly as much, but it definitely will flutter. So just so you know that, expect more flutter, and I will not return or take returns on these due to flutter or wobble. So buy these at your own risk, I'm just telling you, but the flutter will be better than normal based on the design. So tungsten aluminum, and this one is $250 and massive in weight at 98 grams. Third one is also one of my favorites. This is Zerk Black Timascus. Now this is thick layer black Timascus with a 1 alloy titanium. So it's cool. In fact, I've never had this exact black Timascus before. I've had thin layer that was like this, but never the thick layer. So Zerk Black Timascus Zerk. And then we've got the silver center hub there. And this guy is $330 and 51 grams. Another really cool one. They're all cool. Stainless Timascus stainless. I love the pattern in this Timascus. This is some big Timascus. The 1.25 inch is what we use for that inner disc there. And this one is $250 and weighs 58 grams. Next, we've got the all blacked out Zerk. How can you make a rim tire style top without blacking one out? This is the same tire and rim pattern that I have on my car. I mean, the rim pattern is a little bit different, but it's all blacked out like that. I just love the look. And the silver bottom goes with the bearing there. Absolutely love this one. The all Zerk comes in at $270 and is 51 grams. Now, this one is quite a bit different than all the rest of them. This is the modified basket weave that Alpha Knife Supply has made for Billetspin. And there's no milling on the inner disc. This one is $355, but we got to get a closer look because one thing you need to see on this one is there's a phono finish on the inner disc. It looks like a record, okay? For you young people who don't know what a record is, you'll have to Google it. It's something us old people used to listen to, but you can see how cool that looks spinning. I absolutely love it. So, phono finish. So it's and what that does, a couple things actually. I love the look of it, but it doesn't get as fingerprinted as much because it has such high and low spots that your finger only hits the high spots there. So, kind of a neat little way to keep the pattern looking good. That one is $355, and that's Zerk Zerk modified basket weave Timascus with a flame titanium stem and weighs 51 grams. All right, next we have Zerk with a brand new Vegas Forge pattern that looks like brick and looks like a brick wall. You have to envision it without all the milling pocket there, but it's a brand new pattern. I don't think it's been used. I think we're the first ones to use it. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so. Awesome pattern for this top. Zerk Brick Damascus Zerk. And this one has the silver that gets carried up farther compared to the previous one. And this one is $280 and weighs 53 grams. Now, here's something new that we've never done. This is Twist Damascus, Timascus stainless steel. But after we etched, I wouldn't say we deep etched it, but we etched it a little bit deeper than normal, and then we polished it. So it has a texture to it. When you feel it, there's definitely a texture there, but it doesn't have that real stark contrast silver gray. It's a little bit more gentle of a pattern, I guess you could say, and I love it. And I love how the twist of the Damascus just flows right into the twist twist of the time ascus. So really, really cool. And this one is $350 and 58 grams. Now this one here is our only time ascus on the body, and that is one gigantic piece of time ascus. That starts out as over 1.5 inches. So it's time ascus Spiro Damascus with a flame titanium stem. So if you're looking for the biggest piece of time ascus I've ever worked with, you're looking at it. I need to make a sphere out of this stuff. It's so big. But yeah, it's two alloy time ascus, and gorgeous. So that one is $380, and it's light, 41 grams. So this one here, if you love the tire rim look, this is one I showed you before. This is the one I'd recommend, Zerk Stainless. And this guy is $200. You can see how that Zerk transitions into the stainless stem towards the bottom. $200 with a weight of 55 grams. And then we've got, oh sexy, stainless. I'm going to call this treated stainless, treated 3-color mokume, treated stainless. So yes, that is stainless steel, that luscious. It looks like just chocolate, man. It just looks so good. So yeah, 3-color mokume. Loving this. And this one is $230 and weighs 62 grams. Now we're going to get into our stemless, all stainless. This is the least expensive Evolution design there is right here. $140, all stainless. So if you're big into the fidget part of it, you want to carry the thing around with you, and you're looking for a low-cost version, here it is, 58 grams. And lastly, we have, you've seen it already, the Zerk Spiro Stainless. This guy is $240. And weighs in at 51 grams. There are all your combos. Let me get set up here for talking about the bearing care. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, let's talk about this stainless steel shielded bearing. Now, the most important thing you need to know is that this bearing is not replaceable. It's not replaceable by you, and it's not replaceable by me, and any attempt to do so will void the warranty in your Billetspin Evolution. I just want to be upfront and clear with you on that. Now, take a look at the picture here. You can see the right arrow is over the shield itself, and the left arrow is pointing at the inner race, and you can see that there's a little gap there. And the purpose of the shield is to protect the bearing from anything to get down inside there. But there is a little gap, and that gap allows the bearing to spin extremely free because the shield does not come in contact with the inner race. And that's why it's the perfect choice for this top. Now, I talked to the bearing manufacturer. I asked him what would happen if anything got down inside of there. And basically what they recommended was to take a can of compressed air, which you should probably have anyway if you're going to be using this top and getting the disc spinning with the can of compressed air, keyboard cleaner there, you'd have anyway. And they said you should be able to blow air down inside of there and free it of any particulates or dust or anything like that. Now, I will be testing a product called Nitro Clean, which has come heavily recommended by the guys in the fidget spinner market. It's like a dry lube, dry cleaner. So I will be doing some testing on that. I was not able to get a can in time for this live video. I will tell you that I've had these tops for a couple weeks and I've been playing with them, and I've not had any issues with anything getting down inside of there. So I don't foresee any issues, but if something were to get down in there, at this point we recommend just using the can of compressed air to free it of any debris. So anyways, hope that helps. Now let's get into the question and answer portion of this live video. All right, we've got about a 30 to 45 second delay. What happened was in the beginning, when the live video first started, we had our home computer on, and that was sucking some of our bandwidth, and that did not help. For those of you, things are repeating and stuff. This is new territory. It's actually on your end where your stuff isn't streaming fast enough to keep up. So it's going to make the comments a little difficult because people are going to be in different places. Hopefully it catches up here. But anyways, I hope you guys... I'll tell you, I've never been more nervous. So I think I got through everything okay. Hopefully a lot of your questions were answered. Before I forget, we have a special guest here that's going to be helping us with the giveaway. So make sure you stay tuned. And here's the deal. I know, a lot of you got stuff to do, and so let's just get the giveaway going right now. All I need you to do, as of right now, we have about 170 people. So I have a number between 1 and 200. One guess per person. Reply. Andrea, I'm going to need your help with this. I need everybody to reply with a number, all right? And whoever guesses the number first on Andrea's feed, Andrea's gonna, we're gonna announce the number here in a little while, and then Andrea's gonna search her feed for the first comment to have guessed that number, and whoever that is wins a free evolution. So that's what I'm looking for you to do. And so if you got questions, something that we did not cover in the video, Sue's going to kind of look things over because some people probably got in a little bit later and some of the questions were already answered. So if there's a question that has not been answered, by what I've already talked about, then, she'll let me know and we'll go from there. So.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Steven Stiaslow asked, how long is the build time?
How long is the build time, like to make one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all I've done right now is the prototypes. I haven't even done any optimizing. You can tell just by looking at it. It's got a massive time. It's not as long as the Pandora, which is why we were able to to keep the pricing more in line with the regular 3-piece top. I was worried about that, if I was going to be able to do that, and it looks from what I've seen that we're going to be able to. So, as of right now, I don't even know because all I did was just get the prototypes done. So.
All right, no other questions. Everybody's
putting numbers in right now. That's good. My throat hurts. I was nervous for this one, guys. I tell you, I was nervous. And then have to spin it on the spot like that. Once we're concluded here, I don't have the actual pictures taken. I do have some pictures that we can kind of cycle through here while we talk, but I'm going to be taking the pictures. I'm going to be editing this live video, and then I'll upload the full live video, but with the countdown and all that, people aren't going to want to sit through that, so I will edit, take the best parts out of the video, probably not include this portion of it, and then I'll put that up there for people who want to tune in later or watch the Unveil later. They'll be able to do that. I'll do more videos coming up. We will also be doing an origin of this top and how this top came to be in a live video here probably in the next couple weeks. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff. This is definitely a different top. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun going so far.
All right, how big is the bearing?
The bearing is a 1/2 inch. They call it a housing diameter. So the bore that's in the inner disc is a 1/2 inch, and then the shaft, the stem diameter is 5/16, which is 0.3125 inches. So good question. And that is, like I said, it's a flanged stainless steel shielded bearing. So.
All right. Christian wants to see some of the different combos spinning, which I know probably won't happen right now.
Yeah, we just changed the studio setup for this, and so we'll be doing that. That's one of the reasons why I was spinning the discs as I was showing you the combos, just so you could kind of see what they look like. But yeah, I'll probably do a regular YouTube video where I spin each one of them. So I won't be able to help you with that right now.
All right, I'm sorry. I misled you on what Steven meant. He meant when they order, how long...
Oh, the build, yeah. That's a great question. Steven, a lot of that... So Steven wants to know how long is it going to take to fulfill all these orders, because this is a pre-order type of sale, something that we don't normally do. And so I'm going to guess anywhere from a month to 2 months at the latest. And here's what we're going to do, just so that you know. I'm going to take... The exotics are limited, all right? And so whatever one sells out, that's what I'm going to make first, okay? There's no point, because I don't want to be breaking off from combo to combo. So I'm going to make them kind of in the order in which they're sold out. And then, by the time the 2 weeks is over and we end the sale, I'll know exactly how many standards of each variety to make. So that's the way it's going to go out. I will not ship any combos until that combo is completely made, all right? We'll ship all the combos out at the same time, because I don't want somebody to get the all Zerk one, and then another guy have to wait 2 weeks. So once we get the all Zerks done, they'll all ship together, if that makes sense. Trying to keep everybody happy as best as possible.
All right, Veritas wants to know, when do we get the official Billetspin onesie?
You can actually, there's a website where you can actually have your own design made in a onesie. That needs to happen. That's great.
Yeah,
That's a great,
yeah.
I think we'll do that. Fantastic question.
All right, Yo-Yo wants to know, what is your favorite combo?
My favorite combo, like I mentioned, is the tungsten aluminum. I'm going to tell you that as far as looks, because I don't know. There's just something about that I love. That one's going to be pretty limited. The problem with it is that it only works as a regular top, because the inner disc isn't heavy enough to use it as like a gyroscope. So they're still new to me. I'm still going around. I love the brick pattern. I love the black time ascus. I love the all stainless. For a carry top, for one that I've been fidgeting with myself, the all stainless is hard to beat. So.
All right, sorry guys. Somehow it went all the way down to the bottom for me. Okay, there's where we are again.
Has the number been guessed yet? That's really the question.
I don't know. Andrea would have to.
Well, she doesn't know. Nobody knows what the number is. Let me just. This is new territory for us here. Okay, I'm just going to scroll up through the comments. If I've seen that it's been guessed, we can get our special guest in here to announce what the number is. Bear with me. I apologize. I should have been watching this as I...
He can't multitask, sorry.
Yeah, I can't talk and do things at the
No.
same time.
Now's when we need the Jeopardy song.
Yeah, did you guys like the THX and Jeopardy? That's as far back as it'll let me go. Okay, Andrea, I'm going to have to... I'll give this a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to announce the winner, or I'm going to have our special guest announce the number, and then you're going to just have to find the one that's the closest. I'm sorry to do that to you. Guys, when it comes to these giveaways, boy, sometimes things don't go exactly the way you hope they do, and I catch a lot of flack for that. We're going to do the best we can to get the right person, the one who's got it right. But if we make a mistake, please be understanding. We're just trying to do something nice here, and I know a lot of you are there for the giveaway, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll do our best, but if I screw up here, please bear with me and be understanding. That's always difficult. I've had so many problems with these things. They scare me to do giveaways these days. But anyways, we'll do the best we can. All right, let me just go through some pictures for you. Here's some standards. Or not some standards. These are all the standards. You can see them on that side, and then Here you've got them on the bottom side. And 1 second. Oop, not that one. Okay, and then we've got the exotics here. And yeah, they're all really cool. There's the bottoms. And stemless. Bottoms. Here's a little side shot, little profile shot of the ODs there, the outside diameters. Love that twist Timascus. I love all of them. I love all of them. So, and here's a little close-up of your Timascus Spyro Titanium. The nice thing, this is that tri-metal because it's got the stainless, copper, and then the bronze stem. And is the only one of any of them that have the bottom where it's two totally different colors. You got the silver and black with the Zerk, where the Zerk, you know, is different there. But as far as this type, that's the only one you got. Here's the Zerk Black Timascus Zerk. You got a close-up of the stemless. That baby's had a workout. That's the only stemless I have. I don't actually have a prototype of that one, so I've been spinning that one. So, and this is a close-up. You know, the video probably was degraded a little bit. There's a close-up of the phono finish. Hopefully that shows up better for you. And lastly, of the close-ups, we've got the stainless Timascus stainless. All right, let's get right into, we're going to have my special guest. This guy has been a friend of mine for as long as I can remember. And, you know, this is the kind of guy that if I needed anything, this guy would give it to me. You know, shirt off his back, whatever. And he has been wanting, sending me text messages and videos and stuff, all these things to try to get me to include him in a video. And I think that this is the perfect one. So welcome, my friend. Welcome, my friend. He's going to announce the number. Andrea, do your best to find the closest one, the earliest, in the comments, and let's just do the best we can here. Hope you guys are understanding. Here's my friend. Let's go.
We're about to find out the number of the day.
What's the number? Stop, stop. What's the number? Stop, stop. What is the number?
The number of the day, showing now on screen. The number of the day is 19.
You know, life's too short to be too serious, so hope you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, it's too hard to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah. Well, let's just see what any questions. So if you guys got any more questions, now's the time.
There are, but I can't.
Yeah, Andrea will take care of the other part. Just stay with the
Well,
questions.
she kind of lost them too. So
If anybody had 19, help us out here. Anyway, just go into the comments. Andrea will take care of it.
I'm looking. These are the newer ones. All right, people, you're gonna have to repost questions, I guess. Let's see.
Bear with us.
All right, aluminum. Does it spin well in practice, or does it go static when you're?
It'll spin when you spin the tungsten aluminum. The aluminum disc will spin because it's going to catch up to the speed of the body of the top. But the aluminum is very light. When you just spin it with your fingers, it'll spin for 5 to 10 seconds max, where the other ones will, even just a couple seconds. It's so light. Definitely the lightest inner disc. So if you're looking to buy an Evolution because you want to be flipping that disc like crazy, that is not the one I would get. So, like I mentioned when I did the gyroscope thing, if you're looking for it for the biggest gyroscopic effect, you're looking at your stainless, your bronze, your copper, the Damascus. The heavier materials are definitely gonna, have the biggest effect as far as when the inner disc is spinning. So. Yeah, bear with us, guys. This is difficult because of the lag. It's hard to... We've got a lot of people here.
All right, we got several people saying that was Russell McKelvey.
I'm going to... Andrea, if you can just make the call on this one. And we just... Because I don't have the computer on, doing it on the phone and with everything going on, it's just a lot for us to deal with. I apologize if we get it wrong. I apologize. Don't blame Andrea. Blame me. All right? This is 100% on me if we get something wrong. So, anyways, so Andrea, let me know then who the winner is here, and then we will have to figure out how we're going to contact. Basically, you can, whoever the winner is, they can message us right on
people
YouTube.
People are saying Russell, so I'm guessing.
All right. Sounds like it's Russell then.
Okay. When and where will they be for sale?
So that's going to be this Friday, March 2nd, Billetspin.com at noon Central. Did I just say that? Noon Central, Billetspin.com, March 2nd. And it's going to be a 2-week pre-order sale. All that are made right now are the prototypes. Nothing else been made. So the exotics are going to be limited, and once they sell out, they're gone. I'm making as much as I can with the materials. I know how many tops I can get out of the materials. I'm going to take about 75% of that, and then that's what I'm going to end up selling. Just in case we got some scrap, we're going to need some for customer service and stuff like that. So, but yeah, once they're gone, and I'm just limited by the material I have. So, some of the exotics are going to be more limited. I don't have the quantities right now because I have to go back to work and actually go through all the material. So it's been a mad rush here for the last week and a half on this top. So I hope you understand. Great question.
Going right into that, Daryl was asking, can you go over the exotic pre-order process? Like, if they want 4 of them, can they?
It's no different than before. The website works. So Daryl, okay, and you heard Sue. I don't have to repeat it. The website's going to work exactly the way that it's always worked. So, yeah, I believe that you can put multiples in your cart at one time. So yeah, there's not going to be any limit on how many you can order. So, and the winner is Russell McKelvey. I don't have his name in front of me here.
Yep, that's what it.
Okay,
Yep.
So Russell, you are the winner. Congratulations. And what I need you to do is, if you're on Facebook and you want to message me on there or message Sue, if not, you can message Billetspin on YouTube. You can actually send us a message with your information, which one you want. You have your pick of any of them, and we will get those things out as soon as we can. It's going to take a little bit, so it's not like it's going to ship right away. I'm not going to ship you a prototype because they've been used and handled and fondled and all that. But once I get that one made for you, we'll get it out. Thank you all for participating in the giveaway. Hopefully we didn't screw things up too bad there. And any other questions?
Yeah, Daryl said, all right, going along the same line, let's say 4 exotics are wanted, all ordered at once. And how do you know if you get all 4 of those? Are they better off putting in an order for each one?
Oh, that's your call. I'm not going to tell you what to do there. It's the same thing as it's always been. For those of you who might be new to Billetspin, just because you put an item in your cart does not make it yours. You have to actually finish with checkout. So, if you want to be safe and you just want to put one item in your cart and check out as quick as you can without having to go through the pages and add all the items to the cart, that's up to you. That's totally your call. Some people do it that way, some people don't. I don't know how fast these are going to sell. This is a totally new style of top. I have not been able to look at all the comments. You guys probably have. So, it's up to you. That's half the fun of it though, I know it's frustrating. I know it really upsets a lot of people. There's just there's just not a whole lot I can tell you there. One of the questions that's been brought up is, why don't you make it so that if it's in your cart, it's yours? Well, if you guys think it's bad now, let's do it that way. You'll have guys that'll just throw tons of them in their cart. They'll get them for their buddies. They'll be gone 10 times faster than they are now. So that's definitely not a good option. The way we have it is what's going to keep the most amount of people happy. So anyways, hope you understand. I do my best to keep everybody happy. It's a no-win for me on that one, though. So.
All right. Why not use an SS stem for the tungsten aluminum instead of an aluminum stem?
No reason to. I think the stainless, it would be like a tri-metal. The aluminum to aluminum had a really nice flow, and so that's why I chose it. There's tons of different combinations. I only did 6 standard combinations. I could have done 27. You just got to draw the line at some point, and I know that it's difficult, but I don't want to do too many combos because it'll drag out this design too long, and it also makes it much harder when we go to this part. The video portion of us going through the combos, we'd still be doing that if I had 50, 60 different combos. So at some point, you just got to draw the line and say it's good. So.
Okay. Andrea said, thanks for the awesome live stream, Mr. February. This is our last day on that calendar.
Oh, because, we were featured on Metal Exchange calendar, which George really appreciate that. I don't know if he's here, probably not, but yeah.
Steve wants to know if you're going to post pictures today.
I'm going to. The pictures are going to come up tonight. The first thing I'm going to do is edit the video and get it uploaded to YouTube. This video will be uploaded to YouTube as is. There'll be another video that's been edited that will be uploaded, and once that's done, I'm going to start on pictures. It's going to be tonight. I guess you guys are all over the world, so let's say 5 to 6 hours from right now is when you'll see pictures. I'll post them on the Facebook page, on the Billetspin page, and so okay.
Any experience with magnetized bearings?
No. The bearing is a stainless steel bearing. I don't have a ton of experience with bearings in general, so this will be an interesting learning thing. And like I said in the video, I'll be playing around with some nitro clean I got coming. And I can tell you that we did have a message. The nitro clean what I was worried about was the nitro clean. I know it works great on the bearings, but I didn't know if it would react with the anodized finish of like the Timascus or the Zerk, and my buddy just said it doesn't. So the only other thing I got to check is will it have a negative impact on like a Damascus finish, like the brick pattern. So I'm going to do testing on that before I recommend it. Right now we're just sticking with the can of compressed air.
All right. How did you find those size exotics in round bar? Or was it flat?
It's round
I know it
bar.
wasn't flat.
Yeah, it's round bar. We have really good suppliers, and we order a ton of material, so we can usually get made anything we want just because of the volume that we do. So.
I know there was a question earlier about, and now I can't remember where it was. Oh well, I guess I'll have to go back and look for it and have you answer that some other time. Why not engrave Billetspin onto the outer disc to solidify the wheel tire design?
Yeah, there's been a couple suggestions from the few that have seen the prototypes. A lot of people have talked to me about engraving before, and I've done it. We did it on the original Billetspin, and I don't like engraving on my tops. I know other makers do it. Looks great. I think it takes away from the art of it on my tops. So I'm not a fan of engraving Billetspin tops. Not saying it's never going to be done, but I don't foresee it anytime soon.
That's what it was. Is the bearing press fit, or is it? I can't remember what else they had asked.
Yeah, the bearing assembly is it's not replaceable. So the bearing is on there. It's not coming off. The disc is attached to the bearing. It's not coming off. Any attempt to replace the bearing will definitely void your warranty. So as far as the fits, that's about the only thing you guys can ask me that I really don't want to give away is how we do fits. And there's several different ways that we assemble things, and that's what took the longest for me to learn as a maker, and countless tens of thousands of dollars of scrap in order to learn all that. So it's just not information that I like giving away. So.
Is the bearing lubed or dry?
The bearing is dry. The bearing, the bearing starts out and it's got a tiny little bit of oil in it. All right. The bearing manufacturer said that I can just blow air, just like what I talked about in between the race and the shield there, in order to clean it. So with what we're doing, straight air should be fine. Again, we'll talk about the nitro clean. So,
Michael, to answer your question quick, we are still live.
Yeah, we're live right now. Yeah. Yeah, Andrea, my voice is. I'm on borrowed time right now, so. Listen, I think we'll probably just wrap it up. I think we've got everything done here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. You have no idea how much this means to me. What a fantastic turnout. I just could not be happier. I hope you like the design. I would love to hear some feedback about what you thought about the way that we released this top. Definitely want some feedback, positive or negative. I'm totally okay. If you got some constructive criticism, as long as you're respectful about it, I'd love to hear some, about the teaser videos, about, doing the unveiling in a live video like this. We'll get better at this part of it. This is the first real one, and so we'll get better at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ariel reminded us that yesterday someone asked about whistles or sings on a top.
Yeah, if he's not here to ask the question.
Maybe other people want to know.
All right. This will be the last thing, and then we're going to shut her down here. So I was asked yesterday if I would consider making a whistle top, a top that whistles. That has been suggested to me. There's been 2 suggestions that have been suggested so many times since I started making tops. One of them was what you're looking at, a free spinning something, a bearing in there that has a free spinning thing. And I always said it won't work. It won't work, and that's what I said with this. And I'm not going to give too much away about that because we're saving that for another live video. But here's what I will tell you. I was proven wrong, all right? I was proven wrong, and this design is awesome, all right? I mean, the concept of the design is awesome. So I would have told you a month ago, well, longer than that now, in the end of November, I would have told you, no, I'm not going to do a whistle top because it'll just suck the life out of the spin. I don't know everything. And maybe I can. Maybe I can. I've had so many people suggest it, so maybe it would be a huge hit if I could actually figure it out. I will tell you that the next thing we're making after this top is a whistle. Not a whistle top. It's just a whistle, okay? And so I have some ideas. I'm going to play around with how I can create noise with the least amount of air and that kind of thing. And so if I can come up with a way, maybe I'll make a top that whistles. Who knows?
If anybody can figure it out, it's you.
Well, maybe. We'll see. So that was the question from yesterday. So I don't remember who it was. Anyways, if you guys don't have anything else, I'm sure we missed a couple questions. I apologize. You can always hit me up. A lot of the information is going to be, coming out here with the pictures and more videos and stuff like that. So, but you can always message me or Sue on Facebook, or you can message us right here on YouTube. If those of you, some people are here from Instagram, thank you so much. I won't take up any more of your day. We love you guys. We appreciate from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate the support that you have for Billetspin. This is a dream for us. So anyways, have yourself a wonderful day. We love you.
Thanks.